Good morning. How are you today? I'm Tiffany Griggs. I'm the wedding planner for Stonebridge Church.
It's nice to meet you. I'm doing good. Yeah, my goal is to find someone to help me plan my wedding.
Have you thought about a date?
Yes, I want to get married on July 4th.
Okay. Have you thought about a time?
I was thinking about having it in the afternoon. I was going to see if that's possible with you.
Well, on that day, I do believe that around 4 o'clock is available.
That's perfect for me.
And how many bridesmaids do you have?
That's a good question. That's what I was going to ask you to see and how many bridesmaids I can have at the wedding. I have many brothers and sisters.
You can have as many as you like.
I was thinking about 6 bridesmaids and 6 best man. Is that what it's called?
They're called groomsmen.
Groomsmen, yes. Okay. Does that sound good to you? 6 bridesmaids and 6
Yes.
groomsmen?
Have you thought about if you would like to have a flower girl or a ring bearer?
Yes, I do want to have a flower girl and ring bearer. I was thinking about having my nieces and nephews do that. But I was wondering if you guys allow flowers here in the church.
Well, my suggestion would be I would consider their age because if they're really young, it may be difficult for them to stand for a long period of time. How old are they?
My niece is 9 years old and my nephew is 11 years old.
That's perfect. Okay. And do you have someone that you've decided to be your maid of honor or your matron of honor?
Yep, my
Okay.
bridesmaid will be my sister-in-law.
And what is her name?
Shannon Wright.
And do you have a best man?
Yes, the best man will be my boyfriend's best friend, and his name is Paul Ort.
Okay. And will you have any singing, any vocal singing in your wedding?
Probably not.
Would you want to use music that's on a CD?
Can I
You
use
can.
that? Yeah, I will talk to my boyfriend about that. Yes, I'll talk to my boyfriend about that because since I can't hear, I'll see what he prefers.
Okay. And have you thought about what time you would like the rehearsal to be? The rehearsal is typically the night before the wedding.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that as well. Is that okay if we have a rehearsal here on July 3rd, the night before my wedding, and for a dinner as well?
we typically have the rehearsal here, but we also have a fellowship hall that you can have your dinner here as well.
Does the church have a kitchen here, or should we have a catering service come in to the church?
That we do have a kitchen. I probably would recommend it to be catered, just because it would be easier if you're having a party afterwards for your bridesmaids or your groomsmen are going out for a party. It may be easier for cleanup to have it catered.
Yeah, sure, that's great, but do you have any rules about having catering service here in the church?
The only rule we have is that there's no alcohol allowed in the church. But other than that, you can have pretty much anything you want.
That sounds good to me.
About what time would you like your rehearsal, do you think? If your dinner, typically your rehearsal is about 6 o'clock, so that people, if they have to work, they can have time to get off work and come. And then if you were having the dinner here, you can have that at 7. How does that sound?
Yeah, I think actually 6:30 will be better for me, and then for the dinner, and then we can start the rehearsal at 7:30.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
Is that okay? Yes, that's fine.
And also, are your parents going to be a part of the wedding? Okay. And your father, you would like
Yes, my parents will be in the wedding.
your father to walk you down the aisle?
Well, I was hoping I could have my father and my stepfather walk me down the aisle. Is that a problem?
Oh, sure, that's fine. And can you tell me your parents' names?
My father's name is Mike Wright. And my stepfather's name is David Pace. Pate. David Pate.
And your mom's name?
My mother's name is Shannon Pate.
And do you have grandparents that would be a part of the wedding?
I have a ton of
Okay.
family coming. Yep.
Are your grandparents on both sides of your family, are they living, and would they be a part of the service? Okay.
Yes. Yes, both sides of the family grandparents will be in the wedding.
All right. And what about your fiance's parents and grandparents?
Yes, everybody's coming to the wedding. It's going to be very big.
Okay, great. And let's see. Oh, as far as your music, I would like to have a copy of if you decide to do music on a CD, I would like to have a copy of that at least 6 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
understandable.
And the reason that is we would like to just kind of listen to it because we do view weddings as a worship service. So we would like to make sure the music is in line with it being a worship service.
I understand that.
Okay. Also, I would like to know typically at a wedding, when guests are seated, they have a bride side and a groom side. Would you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I also was hoping my nieces and nephews could stand at the front door and pass out the programs and help people sit down in their seats. Would that be possible?
Typically, the groomsmen usher the guests in, and about a few minutes before the wedding, that's when they go and are with the groom. Is that something that would be okay with you if the groomsmen helped usher people in?
That's fine with me, but that's fine with me if the ushers do that. And but I really wanted to have my nieces and nephew a part of the wedding.
Oh, sure, that's fine. They can also I'm sorry, you're referring to your older nephew. You would like him to be an usher. That would be fine.
Yeah, my
Okay,
older
that would be
nephew and
fine.
nieces.
Have you thought about the amount of pictures you would like to take either before or after your wedding?
I would like pictures before the wedding and after, if possible. I would like the photographer to take pictures of us getting ready before the wedding and then after when we are finishing up. Is there a dressing room here for the bride?
Yes, there is.
I was hoping that we can set up the photographer to take pictures in the dressing room before the wedding as well.
Sure, that would be fine. Okay. And typically, what the photographer would do before the wedding is pictures with you and your bridesmaids or you and the groomsmen, but keeping you and your fiance separate.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
prefer.
Okay. Also, for your reception, would you need help with coordinating the cutting of the cake and the introductions when you guys are introduced to your reception? Would you need me to help you at your reception?
Maybe that's perfect for my nieces and nephew to be in charge of.
Okay, that would be fine. And also, what I typically would do on the wedding day is I would get here 2 hours early to open the building, turn on the lights, make sure the air's on. Do you know what time your florists or your caterers would be coming here for the wedding?
I'm not sure yet. That's why I want to talk it over with you and see the rules about the flowers. I didn't know the rules about all that here at the church, so I'm not sure quite yet.
You can bring whatever type of flowers you would like. If you are doing fake flowers, or artificial flowers, I would recommend going ahead and bringing that in on Friday, so that it's just kind of one less thing to have to worry about on your wedding day.
That's fine. Is that okay if we bring flowers the night before into the church?
You won't. No, that'd be fine. I would actually recommend you doing as much decoration and bring your programs, bring anything that's a part of the wedding. I would recommend bringing it on Friday so that it's already here and you don't have to worry about it on your wedding day.
Yeah, I will do that. It'll be busy on the wedding
And
day.
I'd be happy to help you on Friday to help you set up or decorate or give you suggestions of where we typically would place our programs, or we have a table you can place gifts on. If you would like me to, I can help you on Friday before your wedding.
I would really appreciate that. All your help. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I was thinking after the ceremony at the church, we walk out and my guests can throw bird seeds as we walk out. Would that be okay?
Yes, we actually would recommend birdseed and not rice. We ask that you not throw rice just because it does choke the birds, but birdseed would be just fine.
That's good to know. I was also going to ask you, where should the interpreter stand during the wedding?
That's a good question. It would.
Would the
Sure.
interpreter just stand right
Sure,
here
yes.
next to
This
me?
is about right. And actually, where I'm standing would be where the pastor's standing, and you would actually be on this side, and your fiance would be on this side.
Yeah, I was hoping to have one interpreter stand next to me so we can see, and then another interpreter in front of the audience because I know there'll be deaf people in the audience as well. So with the two interpreters.
Okay. Probably would recommend is your husband hearing or deaf?
My
Okay.
husband's hearing.
I would probably recommend your interpreter to be on this side of you so that you can see that person clearly. And the person for your guests, probably on the steps down there a little bit higher so they can really see the interpreter.
Yeah, I was hoping we can make the altar adjusted so the interpreter can see and the photographer can see and things like that.
I think that's a great idea. That would be a really great idea. I think we should do that.
I know, I was trying to think
Okay.
about that.
Well, I do have some papers I would like to give you. And basically, it is a checklist of the things that you can be working on, just steps with what to do, when to do it, things like that. Oh, and one last thing I would like to just kind of go over with you is the order of service. Okay, and this you don't have to remember because we will go over this at the rehearsal, but I just wanted you to get an idea of what happens at a wedding. Okay. And typically you have the seating of the mothers and grandmothers, then the groom comes in, and then you have the bridal processional. And then you have the order of the service, and then an announcement, of the wedded couple, and then the recession. Okay? All right. Well, I'm going to hand this to you as your checklist. And so let's go meet in my office, and we will discuss even more details.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate this.
You're very welcome. Me too.
I'm really excited.